JISEC, as we know, right, is a place where we see a lot of Middle East and African CISOs and cyber warriors coming and looking for technologies to basically increase their cybersecurity posture and improve their cyber resilience. Our objective at JISEC is to essentially meet with these CISOs and cybersecurity, experts to essentially share with them what we are doing across the globe with 1,500 odd customers that we have, how we are helping them, scale. Reduce the dependency on skills in terms of cybersecurity products they need to learn, as well as provide best-in-class, AI and ML-based solution in detecting cyber threats and defending against those cyber threats. AI is a tool that is getting used by the attackers more than the defenders. So we need to bring in a parity where attackers are using AI, so the defenders also have to use AI. We believe AI brings in a lot of variety as well as automation that can be implemented while taking care of attacks that are happening in the form of phishing attacks, ransomwares, etc. We see an enormous change in the way attackers have been accessing the systems. Previously, they used to exploit vulnerabilities. Now they're literally logging in with the stolen credentials, and credential stuffing based attacks are more prominent. And in fact, they are more damaging, right? Which leads us into the insider threat, which as Securonix, we have been, helping and helping enterprises and defend against for last 16 years. So now we are leveraging not only machine learning, which has been our genesis and our core differentiation in the market for UEBA based solution, user entity and behavior analytics. We are also adding AI across our platform to help and better leverage AI-based agentic solutions like a spotter agent, essentially an agent for insider threat, as well as psycholinguistic based UEBA, which leverages intent instead of actions to determine an insider threat. So basically, we are trying to make it level field against the attackers by leveraging AI against AI.
So Securonix have realized way back in 2016 and 17, the future is all about hybrid environment. The multi-cloud environment is a reality for more than 90-95% of the organization in the GCC region as well. So what we believe is that there are blind spots. For many customers, they adopted shadow IT, some applications, some SaaS applications, without having a monitoring capability in their existing SIM solutions. So what we natively Securonix sitting in AWS environment in the cloud, but we have built an architecture which can monitor on-prem, all hyperscalers, including GCP, AWS, and Microsoft environment, and also hundreds of SaaS applications in a single dashboard. That's not all. Once we collect the logs from this environment, we run it through our machine learning algorithms and AI pipeline to be able to give you built-in content. We are not expecting customer to from day one and content which can detect threats. So we are relying on our own threat intelligence framework to be able to detect and bring those critical alerts into the fore so that the analyst is able to investigate and respond effectively. So all in all, it's a single platform and looking at a hybrid environment and hyperscalers and SaaS application in a single dashboard and using AI and machine learning, as Ajay said, to detect incidents before it becomes a full-scale attack. This is a very important topic in the CISO world. As you know, most CISOs in an enterprise do not control the underlying data center, the resources that is required to manage and scale a SIM or SOC environment. So they always go with the requirement to the data center team that I want to scale my ingestion or storage capacity. They always get an answer which is not satisfactory. So given a choice, most SIM solutions are looking at going to the cloud. And when you go to a cloud, there are two options that you have. One, SIM solutions, which are legacy SIM solutions, are also offering in the cloud, but is a lift and shift. You are transferring the problem from on-prem to the cloud. So you do not have native, scalability, microservices, elastic capability, neither ability to adopt dynamic content because it is a legacy architecture. So the other option that you have is a cloud-native SIM solution. This is what Securonix come into play. Securonix is born in the cloud and using analytics and machine learning, using underlying the platform providers provided to us, ensuring that when you ingest the logs, you are getting content which is day zero. attacks which we have not seen anywhere else. We are able to detect that from day zero using analytics and machine learning.
What we are doing essentially is we are baselining the behavior of the user across a period of time. So you log in 9 a.m. in the morning, you access certain set of applications, and then basically you do certain type of actions day in day out, right? So that becomes your baseline behavior. By leveraging this baseline behavior and what you're doing today in real time, as Abid said, we're able to determine whether it is within the threshold of what you generally do. So instead of you downloading one file in a day, if you're downloading hundreds and thousands of files, there's something definitely wrong. Maybe somebody is trying to exfiltrate data, either acting like you, or you are basically disgruntled as an end user, as an insider, right? Because 60 to 70% of the attacks still are because of insider threat. So ultimately what we are doing is we are leveraging the behavior baseline, comparing that against what you're doing today in real time with the logs that we are getting, and then correlating and coming up with risk-based approach, whether this is risky or not. And if it is risky, what action should be taken in the form of automated playbooks that we have in place. So we are leveraging behavioral analytics and the baseline behavior with the help of our AIML based system to ultimately determine whether a transaction or whether behavior today is risky or not, and accordingly either activating a workflow or a playbook to take automated action, or sort of sensitizing the right stakeholder that there's something wrong here. I think somebody needs to look through this in more detail to determine whether this is a real false positive or a real thing. One major difference nowadays with the advent of artificial intelligence is we are able to reduce a lot of false positives, because we are able to learn faster and better as we have embedded artificial intelligence across the entire platform. So our ability to reduce false positives has significantly increased because we are able to cross correlate information in real time at a faster pace, as well as we are able to use latest features such as noise cancelling SIM, which look at duplicate policies or generally alerts which are triggered at a specific time because a bad job is running in the night, and so on and so forth, so as to reduce the numbers of alert that an analyst has to go through. And in fact, the latest numbers that we know of, we have reduced the false positive by north of 50% already for most of our customers where this is rolled out.
So threat intelligence is very important ingredient when you are looking at external led attacks into your enterprise organization. The more the threat intelligence, more curated, more analyzed threat intelligence is ingested, the better is your ability to detect threats. So we have realized that, and we have done two initiatives, basically three initiatives. Number one, we built a team of threat intelligence experts within Securonix. So there are 40 engineers who are building threat intelligence feeds into the platform. So customers who are adopting Securonix solution by default are fed into, fed with our own threat intelligence feed. Apart from that, we integrate with several open source threat intelligence feeds, and community of Securonix customers can also add into the threat intelligence feed into the portfolio. Third one is that most customers already have existing subscription of threat intelligence, be it from Microsoft or CrowdStrike or EDR vendor. So we don't want to let go that as a waste. So we integrate with any threat intelligence feed that customer has, and then we curate that into the platform so that our threat intelligence accuracy is much better than what it is today.
As a company, we've always been an innovator. We started as a UEBA company 16 years back. Since then, we have constantly innovated every 3 to 4 years, bringing in, best in class, first to the market kind of innovation. Right from being a UEBA company to the first one to have a SIM and UEBA combination, followed by taking it to the cloud, right? As Abid mentioned, we had to prepare for the upcoming scale, the skill needs, and the spend control that CISOs have to implement, right? So we have always been at the forefront of innovation. So what we have done is we came up with a SaaS-based solution back in 2019 and 20, followed by Eon, which is our investment into artificial intelligence. So you cannot just be using a next gen SIM anymore, because that is already 4 or 5 years in play. Now you have to be leveraging AI based and machine learning based system which is built on top of next gen SIM, right? That's how we are leveraging AI across the entire platform. We implemented almost 19 projects to basically AI enable our entire stake platform structure, make it microservices ready, leverage AI and machine learning together, and come up and build then not just the next gen SIM, build something on top of that. We call it Securonix Eon, right? So we are leveraging AI to differentiate the next gen SIM versus the legacy providers, right? We recently concluded a case study with the Rack Bank here in UAE, where they were able to achieve far more coverage in terms of the MITRE coverage framework versus their legacy provider, which was from ArcSight, and ultimately were able to cover 70 to 80% more coverage than their previous provider. And now they are working with us to take it to the next level by leveraging the AI features and functionalities like psycholinguistic based UEBA, noise cancelling SIM, and many others that will take them a notch above and make it better than next gen SIM that most of the world is catching up with.
It's very difficult when you have a diversified environment and hundreds of employees and then accessing different systems, whether on-prem or cloud, to monitor every signal that is coming out and write a rule according to that. So Securonix relies primarily on anomaly detection. Any change in a customer environment, be it a new process or a new elevated access or privileges or any kind of lateral spread, is natively detected by Securonix because we have a baseline environment for within 2 to 3 weeks or a month or years. So anytime a ransomware activity happens, we will detect that in the first go, because that will make a change in the endpoint or in a network or in the privilege. So by detecting that in the first stage, then what happens is we keep that incident in a watch list and see what is the follow-up incident that happens, and then stitch this together and say, we see that there is a telltale sign of a ransomware attack because we have seen signals originating from this particular server and lateral spread, and this is similar to ransomware, and they'll bring it into the dashboard of the analyst so that they can take an action. We also give recommendation what needs to be done to mitigate the ransomware attacks. So we believe that the behavior analytics and machine learning and AI is best way to detect ransomware and advanced cyber threat attacks, and we employ that within our platform.